Good morning, everybody. Ori Spado here with stories from Ori. You know, I've been doing a lot of thinking about all this gangster things on YouTube and all these mob historians that think they're historians, but really are not. They Google something, they think they know it. It's not always the case, folks. You know, a lot of you say, not a lot of you, there's a few you in the comment. Most comments are very good. But you say, I never knew Sonny Franchese. Read my book. And you know, I got to tell you something about Michael Franchese. Do you realize that if it were not for Michael Franchese, I never would have met Sonny Franchese? And you could read about that in my book if you want to know exactly how that happened. It's there, folks. Every single word in this book is the truth. So, you know, I don't know whether to thank Michael or curse him. Because Sonny became my friend for close to 50 years before he died at the age of 103. Now, as most of you know, I don't like to talk about politics or politicians. See, in my opinion, all politicians, all of them are liars. Just some lie better than others. So yesterday I did hear part of an interview that Michael Franchese did with Vlad. Now, one thing about Michael and I is we can agree to disagree. So on this one, Michael, okay, where you were saying that Joe Biden is a bigger liar than Donald Trump. Come on, Michael. You know that's not the truth. Okay, you know it, Michael. All right, but we could disagree on that there, and that's what people do. But you know what? We have all this hatred in this world going on when it's unnecessary. People who love Trump don't want to talk to people who love Biden. People who love Biden don't want to talk to people who love Trump. Come on, folks. The office of the presidency, regardless who's in there, they should be respected. Regardless of who, whether you like them or not. But that's not happening. We got all this hatred. I have a lady that I've been friends with for probably 30 or 40 years. Now, this lady is very intelligent. She's done very well for herself financially in her life. When she was in California for over 50 years, she gave Jerry Brown the first fundraiser when he was running for office. I happen to know she was very good personal friends with Gray Davis. She was a Democrat when she was in California. She'll tell you, no, I wasn't, because now she lives in Florida. And she goes to Mar-a-Lago, she donates money to Donald Trump, and she's in with a different type circle. I say one thing to her, and she don't want to talk to me anymore. She calls me a dummy. I'm not entitled to my opinion. See, she's one of those people that you just, if you don't love Trump, she doesn't want to know you. It don't matter who it is. Why do we got to pick our friends because of the president? I don't. I can get along with anybody regardless of what your political views are. Why can't everybody do that? Another thing, really bugging me, and tomorrow I got 2 great interviews on Stories with Ori. But you know, this presidential race is going on is either going to be about abortion or immigration. Let's talk about immigration first. Immigration in this situation, in this war, It didn't just start with the border here in Mexico. It's been happening since the 1900s. And my grandfather came to this country from Italy in 1902. Do you know in the 1900s what they were saying about the Italians? That we were all gangsters, we were all killers. They called us wops, they called us guineas. They didn't want us in this country. They did it with the Irish, the Germans, the Jews. And now they're doing it on our southern border. Not everybody coming across, as Trump says, is a killer or a drug dealer. That's not the case, folks. Yes, there are killers. Yes, there are drug dealers. But the majority of them are good people coming to this country for a new beginning in the land of the free. Yes, we are still the land of the free, and I hope it always stays this way. But I'm starting to question that there with all this hatred that everybody's creating. And it stems from our U.S. House of Representatives, the Congress, the Senate, all right, and our executive branch, down to your cable network, right down to your kitchen table with your family. Let's stop that, folks. Not all Italians are gangsters. The majority of them are good people, as is in every ethnicity that we have, because it's the immigrants that have made this country great. It's the immigrants. And remember, who owned this land first? It was the Indians. Who took it from them, folks? There's a lot of wrongs that have happened. And slowly but surely we try to make them right. But it doesn't happen all the time. But I'm really tired of this immigration situation. Abortion. Have you read my book? In the back of my book are letters that I've written to different people. There's a letter that I wrote to my second wife, Rosemary. Read about abortions in my book, folks. Who is the government? Who is the Supreme Court? Who is anybody given the right to tell a woman what she could or could not do with her own body? Now, in my opinion, that is communism. It's the beginning of it. This election is going to be determined on either immigration or abortion. And I think it's going to be more on the abortion side. I'm not telling you who to vote for, folks. I honestly don't like neither one of them. But I respect them because I respect the office of the presidency. It's just the way it is. It's the way our history has been in this country. But respect is something that our nation was built on. But slowly it is going away with each generation. Folks, parents, it's up to you to teach your children respect, loyalty, and honor. If you don't do it, if your children are not learning that by the age of 12, they never will. By the age of 12, because a child's most formulative years are when they're young. That's when they learn. That's when a parent could teach them. So, folks, I give you a lot today. I hope you take it to heart. If you don't believe me, read my book. And like I said, okay, everything about me is in my book, including my paperwork. Do you know what paperwork is? When you're in prison, if you don't have your paperwork proving that you're not a rat, you're not going to be out there in general population. I was always in general population because my paperwork stands up for who I am. I thank you all. Have a wonderful, blessed day.